everyone. This is Dr. Wilson Jetty, Department of English, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today I'm here to discuss some of the grammatical aspects which are very essential for young graduates. Many students, they are very perfect at their core subjects. But when it is come to communication skills, many students, they are struggling. So in order to overcome all these problems, I'd like to give some of the tips to my young graduates. I want to share one of my experiences. I was working in different spoken English institutions. There, many of the students from rural background, at the same time, engineering graduates and MBA graduates. See the sarcastic thing. After completion of engineering, these students, they joined in spoken English centers in order to improve their communication skills. Many of the MBA graduates, they joined in spoken English centers in order to improve their communication skills. Because they have to face many interviews. At that time, they come to know the importance of communication skills. When they are studying graduation or post-graduation, they give very least importance to enhance their communication skills. But when they start attending interviews, they come to know the importance of communication skills. So, communication skills play a crucial roles in one's career. If anybody does want to enhance their career, it is very essential factor that he or she should have good communication skills. So how do we enhance our communication skills? What are the aspects involved in order to enhance our communication skills? This is a very important fact. So, I'd like to discuss today sentence structure. If you want to communicate or if you want to write anything, we have to convey in sentence manner. Every sentence conveys an issue. So, a group of sentences will give some message. For that reason, when we are writing something or when we are speaking something or when we are conveying something, so sentence. Many students, hey, where are you going? If we ask, market. No. That is very informal English. Where are you going? That sentence, see that sentence. Where are you going? Where are you going? I'm going to the market. We should not say market. So, everything we have to convey in sentence manner. We should not use broken English when we are conveying something. So, sentence plays a crucial role in communication. First of all, a young graduate should know the sentence. How do we use the sentences? And what kind of sentences are there? And how a sentence is used effectively. These are all matter. For that reason, my dear friends, I take this topic sentence structure today. Usually, a sentence, what is a sentence? A group of words which give complete sense is called a sentence, a group of sentence. And a sentence has a subject and a predicate. And the subject part is there and a predicate part is there. What a subject part does and what a predicate part does. Why do we divide this sentence into two parts? And also, when we are discussing sentence, there are phrases, there are clauses. We have to discuss all these things. We know what is a sentence. A group of words which give complete sense is called a sentence. But what about a phrase? Phrase is also a group of words. It gives meaning, but not complete. And what about a clause? When a sentence consists two or more predicates, subjects and predicates, that sentence will be divided into clauses. In these clauses, there are two varieties, main clause and subordinate clause. We'll discuss all these things. So, there are many issues involved in a sentence. First, we have to know what is a sentence, and later, what are the different types of sentences, and also, what is a clause, what is a phrase. Being a graduate, we should know all these things. Yes, if I am writing something, yes, I can easily use sentences properly. If I know the complete background of a sentence. If I don't know the complete background of the sentence, it is highly impossible to write or to speak. Lack of a proper background, many students or many young graduates, they speak very broken sentences, broken English. So we have to. And here there are four types of sentences. Imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence, questions, and statements. There are different types of sentences. We'll see all these things. First, we discuss what is the subject and the predicate. The subject is what is spoken about. That is the subject. Subject plays a crucial role in a sentence. The subject is what is spoken about. That is the subject. A predicate is what is said about the subject. What is said about the subject. The subject and predicate may each consist of a single word or many words. We have given some examples. The girl was injured. Rahul likes to run in the park. The newspaper article was written by the journalist. If you observe these three sentences, the girl was injured. Who was injured? The girl was injured talks about somebody, the girl. So the girl is the subject. And what is said about the subject was injured. So the girl is subject, was injured, a predicate. Rahul likes to run in the park. See this one? Who likes to run in the park? Rahul. Rahul is the subject. The newspaper article was written by the journalist. The newspaper article. Who was the written article? Journalist. See this one, it is, no. Here, the subject is the newspaper article. This is in passive voice. The newspaper article was written by the journalist wrote the newspaper article. Actually, that sentence, if it is in active voice. So the newspaper article, it is the subject, was written by the journalist, it is the object. There are 4 kinds of sentences. What are the 4 kinds of them? Declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. So these are the kinds of sentences. What is a declarative sentence? A declarative sentence makes a statement, fact. Usually, a declarative sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Is going to college. It's a fact. It's a statement. She works in the bank. He's an engineer. These are all facts. So this type of sentences are called declarative sentence. And next, interrogative sentence. What is an interrogative sentence? A sentence asks something to someone. That is interrogative sentence. Usually an interrogative sentence begins with a capital letter, ends with a full stop. Where are you going? Will you help me? Do you cook at home? Do you cook at home? See this one. The sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a question mark. It always asks something to someone. This is one type of sentence. That is, usually we ask many things if we meet somebody. You may question, how are you? How are you doing? What are you doing? Where is your father? Where is your house? Have you had breakfast? See, these all are very common. We use this kind of sentences in our day-to-day affairs. So these are all interrogative sentences. So when you use interrogative sentence, so start with capital letter and ends with full stop. So usually we experience many things. When we are evaluating our students' answer scripts, particularly, we see many students, they avoid using appropriate punctuation marks. Even they don't write I as a capital letter of a full stop. I. Wherever you write I, it's a full stop. And also they don't use full stops. They don't use commas. So it's very important. When we are writing sentences, we should be very careful whether we are following proper punctuation marks or not. And it is, the third one is imperative sentence. An imperative sentence which expresses a request, command, or order. It is also usually ends with a full stop. See the first example. Please cooperate with me. Get out of the room. Would you mind in helping me? Bring me a glass of water. There is a lot of difference imperative sentence and a statement. In statement, he is an engineer or he is going to school. We use that. But here, when we are talking about the imperative sentence, we don't maintain subject because the speaker knows to whom he is speaking to whom he is giving order, to whom he is giving request. So at that time, we need not write the subject. It begins with directly verb. Bring me a glass of water. Bring me a glass of water. I know to whom I am asking. At that time, we should not use, subject. But in statement is different. In statement, we have to give proper subject and a predicate. So we have to maintain that. Okay. Don't sit near the fire. We can say, don't sit near the fire. Look. See? How that sentence is? Don't sit near the fire. So these are all requests, commands, and orders. Okay, bring me a glass of water. Okay, all these are imperative sentences. And the last one is, sentence is, and the last sentence is exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence usually expresses emotion of feeling, strong feeling. Usually it describes emotions of joy, anger, sorrow, excitement, frustration. Usually it ends with exclamation mark. Every sentence is unique. If it is a declarative, it has a very unique sense. And if it is interrogative, it has its own unique sense. And if it is imperative, and now talking about exclamatory sentence. So it expresses a sudden strong feeling. What a good puppy. If we see a small dog, a small puppy, usually we feel very excited. What a cute puppy. If you see a beautiful girl, okay, what a beautiful girl she is. So, these all are exclamatory sentence. In this exclamatory sentence, if it is a sorrow, we use alas. Alas, my friend met with an accident. Alas, it expresses, okay, alas, that that emotion is ends. The emotion is over. Alas, exclamation mark. My friend met with an accident. If it is joy, how can we say that? Hurrah! We won the match. Hurrah! So we have to use this kind of exclamations when we have sudden strong feelings. So that is exclamatory sentence part. The birthday cake was so good. He's such a kind soul. All are exclamatory sentences. So, hurrah, alas, bravo. If this is praising, bravo. We can use that. Bravo, he has done well. So, we have to use exclamation mark where that a sudden, strong feeling ends. That's simple. Now, we'll talk about sentence structure. First, we discuss a phrase. Already we discussed four kinds of sentences. Now, phrase. What is a phrase? A group of words which give meaning but not complete. For example, on the wall, or the wall, a red box, quite big, very slowly, in the car. These all are phrases. A phrase contains some words. It gives meaning, but not complete like sentence. Sentence is different because it has a subject and a predicate. So the sentence usually gives complete meaning. But here, the phrase doesn't give complete meaning. It gives some meaning. So there are different types of phrases. Noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverbial phrase, propositional phrase. Okay, there are different phrases. So we use different phrases in our sentences when we speak or when we write. So now we discuss noun phrase. A word or a group of words containing a noun. What is a noun phrase? A word or a group of words containing a noun and functioning in a sentence as subject, object, or prepositional object. The yellow house is for sale. See this one, what is the subject here? The yellow house. There are three sentences. The yellow house. The yellow house. So it adds, it's a noun phrase. Even though there are many words, but it acts as the noun. So he is for sale, it is the predicate. The glaziers have covered the field. See this. Noun phrase. I want a skateboard. A skateboard is a phrase, noun phrase. Should we buy a yellow house? Already we discussed. Puja gave the little boy a candy. The little boy. Indirect object. Little boy. Puja gave a candy. A candy is a direct object. And Puja gave a little boy. Little boy is a noun phrase. So we use noun phrases like this in constructing sentences. Usually a noun phrase, a noun phrase can be a direct object or indirect. Usually a direct object. We discussed all these things. The yellow house, the skateboard, little boy. So we discuss now verb phrase. What is a verb phrase? She was walking quickly to the mall. Was walking. She should wait before going swimming. Should wait. These girls are not trying very hard. I'm not trying. Ted might eat the cake. Might eat. You must go right now. Must go. These all are verb phrases. Okay, we use these kind of verb phrases when we are constructing sentences. And next one, adjective phrase. Adjective phrase acts as an adjective in the sentence. Okay. It acts just like an adjective. What an adjective does, particularly in sentence, It talks about the noun. It describes the noun. The same. Adjective phrase also does the same thing in a sentence. But it is a phrase, but that is a single adjective. Okay, that's it. In a low voice, he narrated the tale of his adventures. Of his adventures. Of his adventures. An adjective phrase. Have you ever seen an elephant with a white skin? With a white skin, it is no adjective phrase. Skin, it is the noun. Which skin? White skin. Already in our previous class, I told you that determinants also adjectives. The man with a long beard came to see me. Long beard. So these are all adjective phrases. So we have to use adjectives or adjective phrases in order to give the clarity. For that reason, we use these kinds of phrases. Either it is adjective phrase, verb phrase, noun phrase, whatever it is. We use these kind of phrases to give the complete meaning. Next one is adverb phrases. What is, first of all, what is an adverb? Like adjective, adverb has its own function in the sentence. What adjective does? It talks about the noun. But what an adverb does in a sentence? An adverb, it talks about the verb. It gives extra meaning to the verb. That is an adverb. Same. What adverb does in the sentence, the adverb phrase also does the same. So that is the same purpose. Purpose is the same. Even though it is adjective phrase or adverbial phrase or single adverb, but function of these two are the same in the sentence. So without pausing to consider, he struck the blow. Without pausing to consider, he struck the blow. Without pausing to consider. So without pausing to consider. He struck the blow. How? Without pausing to consider. You can use the how. You can easily. He ran fast. He ran fast. He ran how? Fast. Fast is adverb. Like this, he struck blow. How? Without pausing to consider. It is an adverbial phrase. It talks about the verb. Struck. Much water has run under the bridge. See this one. Where? Much water runs. Where? Under the bridge. The desert stretched towards the north. The desert stretched where? Towards the north. See that adverbial phrase? This is a very beautiful English. If you use these kind of adverbial phrases in the sentences, you'll give some more clarity to the reader or the listener. So we use this kind of phrases. See the last one, she performed the task with a great skill. With a great skill. She performed task. How? With a great skill. Adverbial phrase, with great skill. So, we have to use, my dear friend, this kind of phrases in a sentence. Then, definitely, the listener or the reader definitely will be very impressive. Next one, propositional phrases. Propositional phrases. See that first one, except Jane. They all seem pretty cordial. Except. See that prepositional phrase. It starts with preposition. Except for Jane. They all seem pretty cordial. To a great extent, a cancer is cured. To a great extent. See this? That is a propositional phrase. The train was late. In spite of this, I managed to get to the train was late. In spite of this. In spite of this. This is a propositional phrase. In spite of this. In spite of. In spite of this. See, it's very beautiful phrases. Apart from the starter, I thought the meal was excellent. Apart from the starter, we have to write this kind of sentences, my dear friends. Apart from the starter, I thought the meal was excellent. Apart from. Okay? These are our propositional phrases. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.